Welcome to the topic on concept of an integer and variable. At the end of this video, you will be able to describe integers and its data types, define variables, explain the format and method for declaration of variables in C programming. Let us now discuss more about the concept of integers. Integers are whole numbers with a range of values supported by a particular machine. Generally, integers occupy one word of storage, and since the word sizes of machines vary, typically 16 or 32 bits, the size of an integer that can be stored depends on the computer. In order to provide some control over the range of numbers and storage space, C has three classes of integer storage in both signed and unsigned forms, namely shortint, int, and longint. Let's learn about these classes in detail. Shortint represents fairly small integer values and requires half the amount of storage as a regular int number uses. A signed integer uses 1 bit for sign and 15 bits for the magnitude of the number. Long and unsigned integers are declared to increase the range of values. Let us now look at different integer data types. Integer data types are broadly classified into two types, namely signed type and unsigned type. Int, shortint, and longint comes under signed type, whereas unsigned int, unsigned shortint, and unsigned longint comes under unsigned type. The int or signed int is of 16 bits size and its range varies from -32,768 to 32,767. The shortint or signed shortint is of 8 bits and ranges from -128 to 127. The longint or signed longint is of 32 bits size and its range is -214 crores 74 lakhs 83,648 to 2. Let's discuss about the unsigned types. The size of an unsigned int is 16 bits and its range varies from 0 to 65,535. The size of unsigned shortint is 8 bits and its range is 0 to 255. The size of unsigned longint is 32 bits and its range varies from 0 to 429 crores 49 lakhs 67,295. Let us look at a question on integers. Given here are two columns with 3 tabs each. Your job is to match the column on the left with the right. The correct answers are displayed on the screen. Let us now look at variables. A variable, also called an object, is a place where you can store a value and you can refer to it unambiguously since every variable has a name. You can think of the variables in your program as a set of boxes, each with a label giving its name. You might imagine that storing a value in a variable consists of writing the value on a slip of paper and placing it in the box. Let us see how variables are declared. A declaration tells the compiler the name and type of a variable you will be using in your program. In its simplest form, a declaration consists of the type, the name of the variable, and a terminating semicolon, int I semicolon. This statement declares an integer variable named I. Another example could be long int I1 I2, wherein two variables are declared. A variable must either be placed at the beginning of a function or at the beginning of a brace enclosed block of statements or outside of any function. Let us look at a question on variable declaration. Given here are three declarations. Your job is to identify whether they are correct or not. Yes, you are right. In all the three declarations, semicolon is missing at the end. The key points discussed in this video are: integers are whole numbers with a range of values supported by a particular machine. Integer data types are classified into signed type, unsigned type. Variable is a place where you can store a value. Variable can be declared as variable data type, variable name, followed by a semicolon.